The Dombeya have finished flowering. They flower predominantly in the autumn and winter period. Now that it is spring, here, late September, early October, we get the Dombeyas with a lot of the brown flowers just hanging down, either over the top of the plant, and in this variety, the Dombeya hybrid KZI, the flowers hang down and produce a lot of these brown Christmas bell-like baubles hanging down. Now, I don't mind the look of them. I think it kind of adds a wonderful dimension to the particular plant. A different color, brown, that's usually not appreciated, but I actually do like it on this particular plant. But do you need to prune them off? Well, yes and no. If you don't like them, yes, give the plant a bit of a trim. Otherwise, leave them alone. If it was a smaller plant, all of the energy going into the seed production could impact on future flowering. But with this plant, it only flowers once a year, which is that winter period. So by the time these have actually dropped the seed, they're going to put on more growth. I will prune this whole plant down, usually in late December, early January. It gives it plenty of time to produce new growth before it sets its initiation for the flowers next winter. Do you need to prune it now? If it's in the way of the pathway, yes, give it a light prune. You might want to, my plant's in excess of 3 meters. I would say over 4 meters tall, and giving it a bit of a prune will help contain its growth. And by about midsummer, it's going to produce far more growth, which again, I will need to prune back to maximize the amount of bushiness of branches, which will increase the flowers next winter. But do you need to do any other things with it? Well, in terms of pests and diseases, no, completely ignore. You do not need to do any sprays for pests and diseases for this particular plant, the Dombeyas. Do you need to apply fertilizer? Yes, because after its flowering season, it will then start to put on a whole new lot of growth during the warm weather and wet weather, and it will need the energy reserves and the nutrition to put on that new growth and prepare for next season flowers. Me personally, I don't fertilize this plant until about Christmas time, when I prune it. I will leave the decision up to you. But that's what I do for my Dombeya to maximize the flowers. And I hope that will give you an idea, some garden tips of what I do to make sure this plant looks its best for next year. Hope you've enjoyed the garden tip with Paul Plant Horticulture. If you have, thumbs up and subscribe please. Thank you very much.